Hello and welcome to Dateline New Haven. I'm Paul Bass, your host, inviting you to look behind the headlines on the stories that make New Haven tick. Today we're asking a headline question: what's your password? And we got a trick answer. Who cares? You're not going to need a password. We got Don Rapini in here. He's the CEO of a local company called Queralt. Did I pronounce that right?
Queralt Incorporated, yes.
Like Charles Queralt, but spelled Queralt.
That's right.
And they're coming out with a product for businesses so that in the future, the vision is we're all going to have virtual IDs. And we're no longer going to need to remember all those crazy 90-digit exclamation point number, uppercase, lowercase, that they steal anyway and then we keep in our phone. Do I got it right, Dom?
That's right. That's the essentials.
So, Dom, you're the CEO. You got a new project. Is it called, and it's coming online this quarter, correct?
In the spring is what we're targeting right now.
And what is the product called?
So
Authenticator?
It's called the QX509. It's an authenticator. It's called the Authenticator. It's patented. It's got 2 patents here in the United States, and we have a Canadian patent, and more to come as we finish off the product.
And so, how does this thing work? The phrase on your it says that it's going to be one patented solution for passwordless authentication for mobile users. It's not just you turn on your phone and it looks in your eyes. It's all those apps you use. You want to get on your Wall Street Journal app. You want to get on your Spotify app. So they said you're going to integrate advanced passwordless mobile authentication developed with DHS, Department of Homeland Security, I'm guessing, collaboration into your application. So can you put that in English for me, Don?
Yeah, so just to put in some context. So we developed this product with Homeland Security. Put about $3 million into it. And
who did? DHS?
The Queralt and the Homeland Security. We collaborated on this product 5 years ago. And they invested heavily in it. And we created a product that does the following. It eliminates the password in this way. It uses your mobile device, your phone, your iPhone, your Android. I could even use another biometric product like smart cards are called.
Or how about watch or laptops?
You could use your watch,
but not laptops.
Yeah, we really don't want to use a laptop. We want to separate the laptop for a reason.
Okay.
So the key concept is, Paul, is we want you to be able to get into your networks with 3 things: something you have, something you are, and something you know. So the something you are is your phone, right? Which is unique and in so many ways.
We are our phones. That's what scares me. That's another conversation.
Yeah, and I don't mean it in that context, but yeah, the phone is very specific and it's trackable. It's something you are, which is your biometrics, your thumb or your face. And then, of course, something you know, which is a PIN number. Now, those 3 things together can replace a password. So when I go to log into my bank account, see, right now, everyone's used to, I have an iPhone. I show my face. It gets me into M&T Bank. Yeah, I'm already doing that. Well, you're not doing that. What's still behind that is a password. And that password is a threat, right? Because passwords can be stolen. They can be lost in data breaches. That password
not only can since the show started, there have probably been 5 of those data breaches.
That's right. I mean, just your producer alone, I think just got hacked.
That's okay. He's on the dark web.
So in fact, 91% of all data breaches happen because of lost passwords. Right?
Lost passwords.
Well, passwords have been stolen, lost. The number one they did a survey of the number 1 passwords Americans use. Of all the passwords you can think of, the number 1 password is safe. Oh my! It's really we're all knuckleheads. God bless.
But I know. I think of some people, my peers, who walk in a room,
it's
they know
number 1
where the door that you get.
Like
out,
number 3 is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so. But number
I thought
1
it'd be like birth years or things like that.
Yeah, I know. It's the word safe. It's unbelievable.
So now, when you have, how is, Dom, without getting too much in the weeds, how is a code different from a password?
Yeah. So to finish off this description.
Okay.
So your bank, your phone uses biometrics to automatically put your password in. Well, what we do is instead we register your phone with that network. And we verify your identity through a real ID or enhanced ID or driver's licenses, for example. It's up to the enterprise, and we put a verifiable certificate on your phone that's unique to you, unique to your phone, unique to your identity. And so when you go to activate the network the next time, we're checking we compare the certificate on your phone to a certificate on the network, right? And that is instead of a password. It's instead of getting a text message.
And that's not just to unlock your phone, but to go into any app you have.
To go into an app, or it's to get into the bank app, or to get into your company server, right? It's in all these different ways. Depends on how it's implemented.
And again, your code, how does that differ from a password?
Well, it's because it's a PIN number.
Yeah, how is that different from password?
Because it's in combination with your biometrics and with your phone.
And why isn't a password in combination with your biometrics and your phone? How's that different?
Well, because the password actually sits on the network, and it can be stolen, right? Your PIN number is never saved anywhere. It's only to activate the certificate on your phone. So we've kind of decentralized all this identity, Paul. And so your phone is very unique, and if someone steals your phone, they don't have your face, and they don't have your PIN number, and they may have. But so you need all these things.
So Rami Malek in that show, I forget what it was called, about all the cyber crime, and he'd figure out, he had this hyper speed, even before AI program, to figure out people's passwords, and he was always able to hack in. You don't think they could do that? Well, even if they can do that with your code, you still need the biometrics.
Yeah, those phishing attacks. When UPS says that you got to click to get the package that's sent outdoor. Well, okay, they can get in. They can get your other passwords. You still have to be smart about your passwords, because they're not all going away over time. But the passwords that are leveraged with QX509, they will be highly secure.
And what makes them more secure? Is that what they're paying for? Basically, your product. If you get your product, you're paying for this incredible high security, so you don't have to worry about passwords getting stolen. How do we know that you guys can't be hacked?
Well, you can. Again, it comes down to that triad of the phone, your biometrics, and your PIN.
By decentralizing, is that the idea?
Decentralized means all that is on your phone, and is the only thing your server has. For example, I'm sorry to be too techie for anybody.
No, this is important.
But is the only thing it has is what's called a public key that is looking for your certificate. And it won't see your certificate unless those biometrics and PIN number get triggered.
What you're selling us is the certificate holder. The QX509 holds our certificate and stores our information.
That's right. It's created and held on your device.
And how do you protect the security of that from hackers?
Well, a phone can be hacked, but it's of no value without the biometrics and the PIN number. Mm-hmm. So you need three things, right? And they all happen in conjunction. And that certificate is void unless you can get.
And we're talking to Dominic Rapini, CEO of Coralt. There's a new product coming online this spring, which aims to get rid of the password for not just our devices, but for all the apps we have, by having a trusted one central place that decentralizes through our phones all the information we have, and that it's all stored there. Who's going to buy your product? Who's the market?
Yeah, excellent question. So, your average listener here is not going to buy the product. They'll experience it and enjoy it when it's being used by their bank, by Yale New Haven Hospital, for example, a university. It replaces their password systems. So a small and medium business, and people who are in the IT business today, if you're listening, I'd love to talk to you guys, because you will be the agents of change that go and take this product and integrate it into the networks and make money with it, at the same time saving your customers from incredible threats. So those are the federal government will be certainly be a.
Do you have any customers yet?
Well, we've identified. We're actually talking to customers now, and we're getting great response. But we're using that information to build our investors.
And so once you tell the investors, so you still need to raise more capital.
Oh, we got to raise a lot of capital, but we feel pretty good. I mean, the business climate now is through the roof.
Right.
I just got contacted by 3 investors yesterday, and I'm not even finished with my pitch deck yet.
How much are you looking to raise?
It's about $15 million, which is not a lot of money.
And how much have you gotten today? You said $3 million.
Well, I can't speak. We've already put $3 million in, and but we need
to develop the product.
We need more money to finish the product. Mm-hmm. And to and build the infrastructure for selling it, distributing it, and supporting it, and licensing it around the U.S.
How many employees you guys got?
There's only 2 of us now. Although
where are you based?
We're all virtual. I'm in Connecticut. One of my engineers will be in Connecticut. I've already identified my employees.
And who's the founder?
So the founder is Michael Coralt and David Cook. Mm-hmm. Dave Cook's a longtime New Haven native. He's our chairman. He used to own Computerland of Connecticut back in the 80s. We've known each other that long. And then Dan Sabia is also one of our technical and financial advisors.
Is there any
That's our
lesson here
board.
from DeepSeek, or is this way? I'm just saying this because DeepSeek's in the headlines. We mentioned it came up. DeepSeek just threw a bomb into everyone's assumptions about AI and the digital industry, about how much money you have to invest in power centers, how much you have to invest in finding software, whether cheaper engineers and cheaper work. Are there any applications here to what's evolving with this model on password versus for digital protection?
Yeah, so where we have to be aware of AI in the security business is AI is being used to create these very personal attacks and these emails that prompt you to go click on something and the UPS package is there and we could click here to receive it. You all know the Nigerian prince, all those sort of things. They're getting more and more personalized.
That guy still owes me a lot of money, by the way.
Yeah, I know. He's killing me too. So AI is amplifying the threat to our security, and it makes it more important for us to have strong authenticators. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the things that I think is important, we will be in year 2, we will be using more AI in our defense mechanisms to identify threats and patterns. When people, our users are, having unusual login patterns, like at 3 a.m, or all of a sudden they're logging in from Belarus, Belarus. So or the Ukraine. We'll be using AI, but that's in year 2, and but AI is very important. And for the listeners looking at the new AI from China, go do your homework on it. Yeah, I've been doing some homework, and prompt versus prompt. ChatGPT, for example, is just light years ahead.
Does that apply anything to the work you're doing now? You worked at Apple, you said 39 years?
I looked Apple, almost 3 decades at Apple.
Oh, 29 years.
Yeah,
what did you do
and
there?
39 years in the industry.
What industry? The computer industry?
It's in the personal computer industry. And Paul, you'll remember, I think I helped you and the New Haven Independent buy computers in the 1980s.
Right, that's right. Boy, those things were relics.
Yeah,
those are dinosaurs.
I remember you were a tough negotiator then, for God's sakes.
Let me tell you about one critique we got that I saw, not about your company, but about the concept of passwordless solutions. This was someone posting from the IO Foundation that advocates data central digital rights. I don't know what it is. In theory, they aren't a bad approach to things. They remove the burden of safely storing and accessing passwords. That said, you hold your passwords. Your identities are still yours. Password solutions have involved third parties. Have them turn against you, and you won't be able to authenticate yourself. Anything that makes you heavily dependent of a third party should make your eyebrows raise hard. So I'm trying to understand what they're saying. They're saying that if you're the third party, you would have some control over our data.
Yes.
Which is already true with servers and company systems anyway.
Yeah,
right?
so I'm going to say this. I kind of reject the premise. Uh-huh. We may be a third party, but we're a third party that's involved in a Microsoft network, or some other.
So it's really your client who already exists with the data control.
Right now, your networks are already comprised of scores of third-party products brought together to bring a solution, whether it's cloud storage or data access, or it's your CRM for your company. That's all third-party stuff. So all we do is provide the yes, no, who you are, and that whole process is owned by the business, right? We don't see it, we don't control it, we don't know anything. Once you start doing it, we sell you. We sell you the lock and key.
Are there other products like this on the market?
Yeah, we have competitors. There's some good competitors out there doing stuff. They've been doing it a lot longer, but our patents are
2020. You got them, yeah.
Yeah, our patents are very interesting because they actually we patented the process of how to do this using some very specific industry protocols called PKI and FIDO2. And in fact, we do believe that our competitors, some of them are actually infringing on our IP, which we're researching. We've already done some preliminary research.
Intellectual property?
Yeah, our intellectual property. So we think, okay, fine, do that. But you know what? We're going to have a conversation, and we're going to make a deal with some of these guys.
So are these competitors already on the market with having you avoid passwords, or companies hiring them?
Yeah, they're out there.
How big an industry market is this going to be?
Well, that's a great question. So right now, this market is a $25 billion market this year, and it's headed to $142 billion in 2034. So that's a CAGR, or an acceleration growth rate of about 18%. It's
so
massive
funny to talk about 2034 when there's so much we don't know about how technology is going to evolve.
Yeah.
Like, will we be even using phones? Which I guess the technology will still be important. You'll just have to adapt it to the watch or to the brain implant.
Listen. We
the virtual reality headset.
I've been a technologist most of my life, right? And particularly Americans, what we do best is we adapt. Things will change. We will adapt, and we'll get better and better.
As do you. You thought you were retired. We thought we were done with Dom.
I did.
And now you're back doing this new product. Must be kind of fun.
I'm having a
Having
I'm having
watched
a
the
blast.
computer industry evolve all these years. Now you're going to the next step.
Oh, yeah. It's never a dull moment, Paul.
Well, Don Rapini, I wish you luck with Coralt. You're the CEO, a great local business that's going to jump into what's a $25 billion and soon to mushroom industry. Don, what should our listeners do if they want to find out more?
Our website is just a placeholder right now until we launch, but it's Coralt, QUERALT, Inc.com. Go there and just, if you want to get in touch with me, and then we'll talk. Or I'm Dominic at CoraltInc.com. Send me an email.
Without a K.
Dominic, yeah, the Italian spelling, not the Irish spell.
Well, thanks for coming in and talking here. I always love talking to you, Don Rapini.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul.
And thanks, Harry Droz, behind the controls. He didn't have anything to type in mad at what you said.
Oh,
Usually
then I take that as a win.
He knows a lot about
If I
this
survive Harry, I'm doing good.
Why don't we take a break, and when we come back on, we're going to have a cellist who's touring the world right now with he's played with Yo-Yo Ma, he's a rising star in the field, Joshua Roman, to promote a new solo cello piece called Immunity about the experience of long COVID. But for now, we're going to listen to the Afro-Semitic Experience performing I Wish I Knew How It Feel to Be Free from the group CD A Plea for Peace. This is Paul Bass inviting you to fly free with us all day and all night on WNHH, New Haven's home for community radio.